Hello class, trust you are doing great today. So our lessons for today is all about enhancing speaking and listening skills using spheral robots. So now you might be asking, what are spheral robots? Spheral robots are a line of interactive app controlled robots that are designed for fun, learning, and creativity. So how do they look like? Spheral robots, they are spherical in shape and can be controlled using a smartphone or a tablet. Is there anyone who have not understood the definition of spheral robots? Is there anything that you want me to go back and explain? If no, okay, let's proceed to our class. Now, what are spheral robots used for? They are used for science education, they are used for technological education, they are used for engineering education, they are used for math. Also, they are used for coding and programming. They are used for robotics and artificial intelligence, that's AI. They are used for creativity and exploration. Also, in addition, spheral robots, they provide a large online community with resources, tutorials, and sphere projects for users to learn and collaborate. Now you may be asking, how does spheral robots help students, or what is it used, or how can spheral robot be useful to students or in educational system? Students will be able to use spheral robots to enhance their speaking and listening skills by engaging in interactive storytelling, verbal commands, and collaborative discussions. They will learn to clearly articulate instructions, listen actively, and improve pronunciation through hands-on engagement. So now we'll be talking on the warm-up or the objective of what we tend to achieve using spheral robots. One of the activities that students will engage students in a quick discussion on why clear speaking and active listening are important in communication. We will introduce spheral robots and explain how technology can help enhance speaking and listening skills. Also, students will have a test of verbal instructions by giving simple spoken commands. We have, for example, move forward, turn left. Like, when let me quote an example. We have robots, right? This is what we call this remote control that you can use to control robots. Like, students will be asked to act like robots, move like a robot, do, and so on. So that's what we'll be all about. So these activities will be very interesting and very impactful for the students. Now, what are the instructions or the model for this? One, students will be able to demonstrate how spheral robots respond to voice commands using the app. Students will show how students can record themselves, giving precise instructions and analyze clarity and pronunciation. Also, there will be guidelines. Students will be using simple sentence structures and descriptive language to command the robots effectively. Alright. Also, what are the guided practice for this? Students will have storytelling with spheral robots. Students will be able to use spheral robots to tell the story. Students work in pairs. One student will narrate a story while the other programs the spheral robot to act the movement of the story. Wow, so interesting. Also, the partner must listen carefully and ensure that the robot's movements align with the story event. We have obstacle courses or challenge them. Students must give verbal instructions to guide their partners' robots through a maze testing clarity accuracy, and listening comprehension. Now, we have the independent practice for this particular. So one, we have self-recording and pronunciation. Students will record, give commands, and play them back to analyze the pronunciation and the clarity of this. We have they refine their spoken instructions and attempt to improve fluency. We currently have creative dialogue using sphere robots. One, students will work in pairs. Students create short dialogues where the robot plays a role in the conversation, and each student must speak clearly too, so that a partner can correctly interpret and program the robot's actions. And lastly, the teacher, will be able to assess this. I'll be able to assess at the end of the day, what am I going to assess? One, we have the speaking and the accuracy, how clear the robot is. Students will evaluate based on how clearly and effectively they give instructions to the robot. I will be able to evaluate listening comprehension, that's assess how well students follow their peers, verbal commands, and adjust robots' movement accordingly. Also, we have peer feedbacks. So I'll be giving students feedback, like students will exchange feedbacks on articulation, pronunciation, and comprehension. So that will be all for today, and I trust before I end the class, is there any question? Okay, if there's no question, then we'll call it for today. So do have a lovely day, and when we come back for our next lessons, we'll talk more on these activities and we'll start implementing them in class. All right, so do have a lovely day. Thank you.